Okay, good morning, everybody. I am very glad for the people who have joined in. I think you guys have joined in a little early, maybe about a minute early or so. And I'm really I thank you all for taking the time and effort to join this webinar. We sincerely hope that you are going to find this as a very useful interaction. And today we have with us a very experienced person who's handling a lot of very important things given the conditions in which we are working in. The COVID has changed the way we do our thought process. The COVID has also done a lot of things in making us think differently. So this is one of the biggest things which the COVID situation has brought out. And currently I see a few of our friends have joined in. We will wait for probably a couple of minutes or so when and probably I'll ask. You'll see that there's a Q&A box on the side. So I see one person has come in, and yeah. So what we will be doing is preferably we'll be publishing the questions which you have a little slowly, but the Q&A is the place where you will be doing all your work. And moving on, I wish to introduce Mr. Sai Krishna to you. Probably maybe I'll do the formal introduction in a couple of minutes. And if you look at your layout, I don't know whether you've used the app or whether you've used the web interface. In any case, I request you all to kindly log in with your username and password. In doing so, we will be able to send you the what we call as the recording of this session. Not only that, if any other resources are there, or we want to get in touch with you, or vice versa, your if you are giving us your contact details, it's going to help us a lot. So again, very quickly, you can ask the question and answers in the Q&A sessions. So you will have what we call as your questions which you can ask. So the ask a question one box is available. So please type in your questions. We will be taking the questions at the end of the session. So we think that the session should go for around 45 minutes, and now it's 11:02. And once the session is over, you can you can post your questions at any point in time when you have your questions. But the questions are going to be posted after the interaction. So it's my great joy and privilege to invite with us Mr. Sai Krishna. Mr. Sai Krishna is an alumnus of VIT Vellore, and he did his BTech and passed out in the year 2016. And I had the privilege of having him in my class. We did construction management together. So now in the I must say that we've been constantly in touch, and he's also helped us to keep abreast with what is happening in and around the construction industry in India. And he went on to do his post graduation in ICMA, where he has been always a very curious person. He has tried to do research in many of the emerging fields in India and has gone on. And we must congratulate him. He's recently been given the charge of looking after the entire contracts in the project where he's working. And to tell a little bit about the amount of confidence and confidence which is rested on him, he's holding charge as the planning engineer for a 2,000 crore project. And in addition to that, recently he was given the charge of looking after the contracts also. And this particular contract is a little what I call as a special one, because it is having both the FIDIC aspect as well as the what you call as the both the FIDIC and the Indian norms, what we call as the typical CPWD contract. Both of them are, there's some mix. So he's holding a very unique charge, and this pandemic is one which probably is going to give him a lot of exposure and experience. And I will hand over the session to Mr. Sai Krishna. Mr. Sai Krishna, can I give the
Yeah,
yes control over to you? So
yeah.
over to
I
Mr. Sai
just
Krishna.
put my screen. Yeah, fine, fine. Yeah. So, sir, can we start now? Fine.
Yes, yes, please
Yeah.
go ahead.
Thank you, sir, for inviting me, and I would like to thank my VAT staff, and I would like to especially thank HOD, and I would like to thank John, sir, who is organizing an event for this current webinar. So yesterday we were busy at some of the projects which I could do for my side, but even though we have come out of the sessions which you could do. John sir, I could say I'm missing my VAT days. From that past to then we could, I have my passed out my BTech for graduation 2016. Then later I've come out with my, then I have given an exam for the NICMAR, that is the Advanced Construction Management postgraduate program. Then I could come out with the project management and the contract management. Then later on, I got the campus recruitment to the TC. Then I got placed. Now I am handing over the projects like in IIT Hyderabad, which you could see complete. My role is of planning and contract management. So, so before starting to the session, I would see some of the people which they could join. Thanks for joining and a kind welcome to the session. Good morning, one and all. Sir, Johnson, shall we start the session?
Yes, yes, yes. Please, just give me a minute. I will probably I will need to project the presentation.
Yeah, yeah,
So yes, I am just sharing the presentation right now. Yes. So now you are live. The presentation should be visible to
yeah.
everybody. Yeah, the presentation is visible, Sai Krishna. Please go ahead.
Now we come. Coming to the aspects of where we could find, there are a lot of number of prevailing things which we could learn. As we know, civil engineering is a part of vast ocean, which we could come out of all the things and the various perspective point of things where we could learn. So my today's agenda or total flow of the presentation of the webinar is where I could explain you in a detail of the rate analysis. So before going into the presentation, I would like to start the way I have prepared my all the presentation slides that could be in rate respect to the rate analysis. I could all of you could see the complete which that have been quoted by John sir. A rate analysis complete picture we could learn about the rate analysis and we could come out of the case studies that could pertain to the rate analysis. So the flow of the presentation could be come across various kind of rate analysis which we could see and compared to the cost estimates where we can prepare for detailed task in a construction prevailing activities which that could be done in an execution platform or execution strategy level, or we could see some of the relevant case studies so that people could not the flow of the presentation is made in such a way so that that could be split up into three parts where we could see the rate analysis for taking of similar case studies related to earthwork and we could relate it to some of the material cost or something like resource management. Then we could later on we could come out with the complete third part of the stage of the presentation. We could see some of the compared to cost equipment, some of the charges which we could add up to the rate analysis part. So shall we start, please?
Yeah, yeah. Please go ahead.
Fine.
Please go ahead.
So today's why in the Indian construction we have used the rate analysis is what is the purpose of the main use of the rate analysis if you see. Rate analysis is the most important factor that which would help us to estimate the detailed cost for the in the construction level studies which we are doing the pertaining task. Suppose if I go in order of presentation, we could see some if I'm going to do my concrete or something activities. So if you do my concrete activities, so detailed activities are involved or detailed tasks are involved. Suppose if I'm going to do a concrete, so how much labor are required, how much machinery, or how much each detail is required in such a way to do the particular task. So to do a particular task, there are list of drop-down activities that are listed. So if you see my presentation, we could start the presentation. First, my introduction to the rates. So where I have prepared. Then I could do my importance of the rates. Let's start with the beginning. So purpose. the main the rate analysis is you could determine the current rate per unit of an item in the locality, or you can execute as per the rate that have been prevailing to the DSR item, that is daily schedule of rates, which is prevailing according prepared by the CPWD, or you can estimate the rates according to which contractor has floated when the BOQ has floated in the pre-tender stage. So here, the purpose of the rate analysis, I could see mainly we can calculate the quality of the material and quantity of the required amount of material that could be required according to the measurement for each cost fit up which we could done in the construction part as per the required for the project planning that is required in an execution level. So, if you see the quality of the material required to execute along with the item, each a cost. So, each item that could be associated with the cost. So, that is depend upon the each unit of measurement you do for the each prevailing cost. You divide, multiply into the cost or unit rate into the quantity, you get a total cost. So if you see the flow, the type of labor involved, we could see in the rate analysis or a cost of equipment of tools that has engaged, or some of the overhead charges. So these overhead charges we'll be seeing at the last third stage of my presentation, which you could see first we will be calculating the rates amount, some of the examples quoted in the presentation, then we could see the later overhead charges. So, main starting with the detailed flow of the detailed technical concepts of about the presentation, the rate analysis, you could see rate of particular item affecting the rate of that item studied carefully in the final rate decided together. So each item of the rate that you could see that is affecting the detail items, or that could add up on the each task of the activity that could give each cost data. So the purpose of the main determining the rate analysis is item rate of items that could be floated, that is termed as a rate analysis. So the IQs is all you could have known aware, which currently even the John sir is going on the detailed presentation mode. Hello, sir.
Yeah, yeah, please go ahead, please go ahead.
Yeah, fine. So the analysis of rate, if you see part of the construction projects that are doing, if you see the construction projects in India or anywhere in the overseas, there could be a large number of activities that could have been split up. So, so every construction activity consists of a very different types of civil or a construction part where you could execute the activities. Like before, what we are discussing, suppose I have given a detailed example for the students to understand where the analysis of rates could be prevailed, and they could come out with a detailed analysis part, which they could better see here an examples in the construction building, the activities kind of excavation, earthwork, concrete work, masonry work, in the kind of substructure. If you're doing any activity, if you take from the starting of a construction project to the level to superstructure, or you can come out with some of the finishing activities, or you could come out of some of the MEP activities. So for each activity, there is a cost involved associated according to the BOQ that has been floated in the pre-tender stage that will be executed by the contractor. So these are the some of the examples. So coming to the next, going to the presentation, you could see the activity if you take of a network. See, suppose if I'm going to take a network that could be divided, you could see that could be divided into the number of types based on the depth and type of the soil conditions that we could do. Suppose if I'm taking an MGL level of any kind of clay soil, suppose if I want to do an excavation for the 3 meter bottom from MGL level to the bottom. So you could see from 1.5 meter, you could associate there is a soft soil associated. This is a kind of example where you could understand detailed analysis on the rate, which could be floated here. An excavation of 1.5 meter deep into a soft soil and excavation of 3 meter in the hard soil. So here there are two variants that you could come across in the presentation that has identified in a blue color mode, soft and hard soil. So if you're doing for 1.5 meter soft soil, there could be associated like one of the cost prevailing, by because I need to do my all the equipment, machinery, all the resources that are engaged. So soft soil is rather than very easy than compared to the if I go for 1.5 meters below to the level to come across where I get my 3 meter level. So here you can see one variant is soft and one variant is hard. So in this case, you could understand the analysis where you could float from the variance changing the level meter level changing from 1.5 to meter. So here you could find across the rates that for 1.5 meter that could be prevail to the condition of work, the process of flow that could happen, and for the next 1.5 meter where I could find there is a hard strata, you could find there is a other level. So here you will be having a various determined rate analysis that could be floated. So likewise, you can come out with the various activities in the concrete work that could be divided in the various construction activities like slab or slab work, if you're going for the casting for the slab, beams, columns, something like finishing, RC wall, something like that. So suppose here I given for an example, if you're doing for the mixed proportion, as I quoted in the presentation, you could see there could be M25 reinforcement concrete foundation where I could given an appropriate condition to change in the grade of the concrete in the where you could see some of the slabs, columns that could be mentioned related to part of the work we have done in an execution strategy level. So if you see in the various construction projects, there you could use for the M25 grade for the slab, or you could use for the M30 grade for the column. So the grade of the concrete changes where the entire cost parameter also changes. So then you can give a detailed estimate actual cost according to the prevailing that has been done according to the BOQ that has been floated. Then you could come out with a detailed estimate that I can know that my M25 and M30 according to the mixed proportion of the concrete that has been completely variant change in the analysis of cost. So going to the still presentation, here I could have implemented some of the case studies which students can understand in a detail the concrete mixed proportion as a theoretical and practical values where we have done for the rate analysis and how we could implement the analysis of rates according to the pertaining to the original BOQ. So before going to the flow of the presentation, the concrete mix, I could say BOQ is a BOQ. I guess all of you known about BOQ bill of quantities, where quantity of each item of rate or scope of the work that you need to perform in an execution or need to procure or need to do an execution level before pre-tender stage that is actually determined in the detail aspects in the each item where item code is given and you could find the length, breadth, height and each variant of the activity and you could find there with a remarks column and you could see whether it is a DSR or non-DSR. DSR if I say that is a daily schedule of rate according to the each item of rate that could be preferred or non-DSR item. So BMOQ plays a vital role in any construction part of the project where you're doing your execution completely, where you are going to do an activity pertaining to part. So linking, why I would talk about this BOQ is when you're without BOQ, the analysis of rate that could be BOQ is a justified document or very authenticated document where you could find contractor has floated a amount of rates which is going to pursue an activity when he submits at the type of the running account is where the execution has been already been completed. So coming to the flow of the presentation, the concrete mix, if you see, I have given for M25 grade of concrete, you could say that the course is to 5 is to 4, 1 is to 1 is to 2. So if you need for 4 m cube of M25 concrete, we need to have 1 meter cube of cement. This is the theoretical value where I have got and just to put up presentation. Sir, I guess the students all are getting the presentation fine or the
Yes,
question
yes.
Q&A questions we could have at the final end. What I guess the students to give in the chat box what they are getting in the detailed flow of the presentation and what they could ask the questions at the end of the session.
Okay, okay.
Please, yeah, fine. So theoretical, if I give the 1.5 meter cube of M25 concrete, we need say just I could say 1.25 meter cube of cement is required. So I could say the point 4 times the part of the cement that could be actually completed. By coming to the detail analysis flow when you're doing the rate analysis, practical or theoretical applications could not be as per done. So when you do a detailed rate analysis flow for each unit of measurement of item that you are going to do for any kind of civil activity. So next in the designation mix, I have given for the each cube strength that you need to do. You know that some of the cube tests that are performed for 28 days to achieve the strength of the cube pertaining to where we do for in the site level, where do we for any activity kind of slabs, columns, we do for RCC wall, something like that. So these are the molds that which to accurate target strength, which you could determine. I guess I'm not going into the detail where complete concrete technology and design parameters could be mentioned here. So the mix, I could you guys know some mixed parameters that could be happen. So why I have given the order of the this is you could understand where you can come out with the various mixed proportion grades according to the where the rates can fit in exactly, and you could find out the analysis of flow of path of rates for each item of work that could be executed if you split up in the activities in the detailed construction tasks. So the cost of any construction project is calculated on base of each works associated with every construction. So each type of work you do for any activity or task, you could say. So each task that is completely coming out with the construction projects that is associated where you can add up all the costs. So then you could get a complete picture of the cost to the particular item or task of the particular associated work in the construction projects. So this is very essential why I could say to estimate for any you do or a small work or a kind of a large work in a construction project. Suppose you could take any of the site or you could take any of the attending to the where we are doing a very kind of large projects. You could see there will be associated with a number of activities to perform a particular kind of task. So for the task you need to produce, you should go with a detailed analysis of flow of rates, which you could take the scope of work that is already available from the authentication document, the BOQ, which we are discussing before. Then you could come out with the rates when this is in a kind of item which related to daily schedule of rates or non-DSR item. Then you could, if it is not according to the normal condition, if my remote access of site location is in very prevailing to that particular state, you can take the local rates. Some people you could see they will be following kind of a daily schedule of rates or normal local rates, which you could fix for each item of cost that is associated, and you could multiply into quantity into the cost. You could take kind of rate analysis. So analysis play a vital role in the civil engineering part, where you could say, from my concern point of view, which I have gone through analysis, which determine the complete picture of the cost concern, which you could do for the each construction activity for each unit of per unit of quantity. So if you see for the measurement of items that could be come to the special publications, where you could find out the various construction method activities you could find for shuttering, concreting, some of the activities like that. So coming to that, the cost includes for the various cost of materials which you could procure from your store to the site or from anywhere, or you could come out with the labor cost, machinery cost. There here contractor's profit, where he could add the all the profit by his floating a BOQ, where the prevailing fixed rates depend upon the type of contract, where he has given the type of rates from his end to float the BOQ. Then he could have given for the each scope of item that could be associated. So here you could see where we have discussed for the RCC work. I have added some of the recall examples for which you could understand. For example, the cost of 1 meter cube of M20 RCC work in slab and cost of 1 cube of excavation in soil of 1.5 depth. So you need to do an RC work. The cost of the concrete quantity in a cubic meter that is involved, and that you could come out with a detailed flow of the analysis of rate, and you could come out with the various cost parameters in such where my cost is associated, what is my pre-estimate cost, and what is the cost which I have given in the BOQ that has been very authentication document. So, what is my cost? For example, if I'm going to do a square meter of the plastering of 20 where I have involved you kind of do for external or internal plastering, or if you do for a meter square, here you kind of you can see find out the some of the examples where you could come out with the various specified items of work that is executed. So the cost of materials in analysis that will be calculated in a combination of both material, you could involve the original cost, transportation cost, and all the incurrent miscellaneous petty expenses, all the overhead charges. So suppose why you have given the cost and transportation cost. Suppose if I'm going to procure any material from various sites to some of the to my from the factory or fabrication factory to my site. The cost that is associated in the lead charges, where the material could dump in and where the material could exactly fit into my site, and in the proportionate where I can exactly made available before to do the excavation or before to the execution. Sorry, execution. So you could find what is the various cost that is associated in the compared to the building wise analysis point of view, or so if you see the third part, you could see some of the labor rates that would be flowed, where you could find the various classification of the labor analysis based on class 1, class 2. If you go to the detailed daily schedule of rate, there you could find a prismatic analysis of rate that could be given according to the BISTI, Kalasi, skilled labor or unskilled. Each analysis where the prevailing rate that could be prevent, and you could come out with the various item that could be executed. Suppose you can take an example like what I have discussed before in the for 1 meter cube of concrete you need to do for I'm going to do for RCC or draft foundation, where how many number of resources I need to procure. Depend upon the where I do my shuttering activity, I need to do my all the reinforcement steel work, and float complete. I need to do my final fixing the box for the raft, and do my complete concreting. You could see the comparatively you can work out some of the basic very examples you can take from various online publications, and some where you could find analysis of rate where you can completely estimate for the construction task to procure in the construction work. So the cost of material and labor will vary place to place, exactly where it could fit in various local rates or according to the site condition, ground conditions where you are going to work. And the cost of each construction works varies from place to place. We are going to do from the place. If I'm going to do my construction site in other remote location, where if I'm going to do my construction in Indonesia project, something like that. Where if I'm going to do my power erection foundation, transmission foundation from the Nepal project, where various major contractors play in a various vital role. If you go to the BOQ, if you see compared to the task for each item, there would be varied where I could do my execution strategy or complete the where I could perform analysis of work and rates that could be preferred to the various construction activities. So the need is mainly working out with the details of various elements constituent to the cost of each item of work, where you can work out with the various cost elements. You could compare with the analysis. All the cost parameters could be implemented. So I need to discuss some analysis where we need mainly needed in the construction side working. You can mainly the analysis of rates is used for the working of items of rate to be inserted in the tender stage, where you could float a NIT in the combination of CPWD or FIDIC projects before where the contractor has to publish a rate, like what I have been discussing on this comparatively from before, which is an very main, very important authentication document where all the rates could be performed and rates could be taken when all the execution strategy or execution kind of thing could have been performed in the site level, which could be a combination in a way I submit my running all account bills in such a way the rates could exactly fit in. So, in checking the reasonability of the rates to optimize the use of the labor and machinery. So, coming to the rate analysis, you could find, suppose if I'm going to fix for a kind of a 10 resources in the platform to do for a very huge rack. So, you can have a two estimate. In my case, what I think I take of X1 and Y1. So, you could find the comparative, you can do analysis where you could take off some sample building projects, you can do analysis where exactly the resources could fit in, you can do some of the functioning path or it could exactly fit in the strategy level where I could fit my resources to in order to decrease my cost and exactly in such a way I could get with an optimum level and I gain the higher productivity with a various kind of concept. So to optimize the resources in a tendering say the contractor may easily calculate the cost of universe very unit part of work where he could involve in the various construction activity while quoting the rate. So in this only some context of where we could see in the Indian construction projects in Indian context we could see some contractor would float the all the rates where he could exactly fit in and come out with the various rates where for each unit of work that could be computed or to be the amount of execution to be done or amount of fixing, we could take any kind of activity. So just for a quoting of the rates, it involved in each construction activity for the justified quoted rates where that could be already done in the pre-tender stage. So the client may also require the rate accordingly. Contractor, if you go in a pre-tender stage or construction or post-construction, I guess all of you would know the strategy cycle where we could do the execution level, compute the time cost analysis. If you go in the pre-construction or construction or post-construction, in the pre-construction stage, what do they do? And they do the entire analysis of rates. So if you take from stage one, stage two, stage three. In stage one, I do all the analysis of it. Stage two, depend upon the complete work, I could get a picture where I could exactly do my execution, where I could exactly fit in. Compared to the contractor context, I could completely do my analysis. Stage three, client also has to know where exactly contractor is he, according to is he added the profit charges, is he added the, all the miscellaneous petty expenses, or is submitting accurately the rates has been are equal to the client when contract is procuring or giving the rate estimate for the fixed kind or depend upon the type of contract or where he could give a complete analysis picture of rates where a client could accept and he also could calculate why because the owner exactly is going to pay the complete cost where the contractor has to build in and hand out the projects. So he has to calculate the cost of the each construction project where he could exactly fit in or he's accepting the values what the rate that has been quoted by the contractor. So this is the kind of picture where I have given for you to understand in the strategy where pre-construction and construction and post-construction varies in the life cycle. If you go project life cycle, this is the where exactly the rates could quoted into the prevailing as the role between the both the client and contractor. So here you can say the you can access the requirements where quantities of the labors and machinery exactly to fit in, and what is the capital amount of work I need to complete my project. If I'm going to, like what we have discussed, if I'm going to do a very huge wrap, or if I'm going to build a G plus 12 high rise building, or you could take any of the finishing activity in each construction activity, or you could take a unit of item of work that could have been worked out, and time to time payment increase in the material. Like if you see some of the current prevailing conditions, like there is a huge impact in the economic crisis, and where you couldn't find all the construction work has been stopped. So the rate that has been given in the BOQ that could not be prescribed where current situations could not meet this complete factor. So in this way, they could work out with the, in this you could find some of the escalation prices, or you could see some of the, where labor are unable to work in the various field construction sites. So then you can come out with the various analysis where your client or contractor plays in this very huge role, where the quoted rates will be fixed, or I need to change my authentication BOQ, or they should submit an extra cost or item where labors or resource that has to fit in or to do my execution level in the construction projects. So coming out to the working out the rates of the extra item or work to the builder based on an actual cost. So the actual cost here where plays a very vital role if you see in the last point in the blue color highlighted. Uh, Actual cost plays a very identified role in a BOQ. You could exactly come out with a situation where all my I need to do my all the scope of work that has to be from the starting to the end of the asset management or commissioning stage. I need to do my project in an execution level. So for a better understanding, you could see you could divide here where analysis of waste plays a vital role. Sorry, in the detailed estimation of the cost per each unit of item per of work. Depend quantity plays a very vital role, and unit of measurement plays a vital role in analysis of rates which you could determine for cost for the each activity in the construction projects or construction activity that could be done, or you could come out with the various material, or coming to the resources, you could see what are the material or labor cost that is included for doing the particular kind of activity. You can split up the analysis in such a way for your easy cost split up concepts. So compared to the cost of the project, there is the capital sanction capital of the project to be taken, necessary access, some of the capital amount that could be released in such a way where I need to make my all the budget constraints, I need to do my analysis, I need to come out with the cash flow consideration. Coming to the here, this slide show you a very financial simplification point of view, where my rate analysis should exactly fit into a contractor, where I could arrange my resource, my funds exactly to meet out my budget concerns, and in a construction project where I could work out of the various cash flow parameters. What is my planned and actual financial stages where I could exactly do my construction part of work, and where I could come out with my various stage gates according to in such a way to meet my budget concerns. So here you could see green concerns where the budget of the construction project and cash flow at various stages of the construction work you could be. So when already you got a quantity in a BOQ that is a very justified document or an authenticated document. When you multiply where a contractor has already given the quoted price in a pre-standard state, you get an analysis of a rate. So before when you get a net amount value, then he could know all the, suppose you got a kind of 1 crore, or you could see some 2 crore estimate for doing a kind of very huge execution excavation kind of thing. Then you could find whereas I can arrange my budget or cash flow provisions in such a way to execute for the other activities that has been planned in other sequential of execution level. So coming to the slides, you can find where is irrational rates that could be quoted. Rational rates in the sense like you could come out various rates that could not be in such a way for each item of work that could be quoted during the tender process. It serves as a very basic data in case of a dispute among project between the owner and contractor, where you could see if you are going to tell that I'm going to, as you quoted for 50,000 of per activity to take. But during the execution level, due to the current pandemic, current situation, you could say, no, this cost of work it takes around from 60,000. So there is a variation 10,000. So analysis of rate or what is a justified document, you could come out with a BOQ plays a very vital role in such a way you could fix with the various fixed amount of actual cost that could be defined, and according to the unit of measurement what you could be executed for the each item, or each for the resource constraint point. So coming to that, to work out the economical use of materials and processes, like kind of economical concerns, to work out with the cost of various items which are not provided in the contractual bond. It plays a vital role in the way the agreement has been LOI work agreement has been provided with the contractor and the client. where you could see some of the items like what I have discussed, the DSR or non-DSR items that could not, where some of the items you could see that could be prevented in the daily schedule of rate, where you could see some, you can say, non-DSR, non-daily schedule of rate like items, where you could see some cost parameters has not been quoted by the contractor in the feet and the stage. So it serves as a very mediation authentication proof where analysis of rates could be computed actually where the item of work specially not mentioned in the BOQ according to the measurements. So to revise the schedule of rates should increase in the cost of labor or cost of material due to the change in a technique. It involves in the various techniques that you could see some of the skills. I need to perform a strategies. I need to perform a execution. I need to procure. I need to do any kind of activity or in the where you could incur in the cost of current due to the condition where they could see I need this kind of facilities, that kind of facilities, increasing the cost of the material and labor or due to the change in current situation. You could take as an example. So the concepts behind this, coming to the concepts as I covered, where you could understand complete brief picture of the analysis of rates. Yeah, going coming to the concept, understanding the various analysis of concept of rates. You could see some of the material and cost that required per unit of quantity of the material concern point of view required. Like what we have discussed, that each of the cost of the material that you are going to procure to the site involved in the various stages like cost of the my material, freight charges, transportation, sales tax, and all the tax that could be involved. So, becoming before coming to this discussing on this topic, I would like to discuss on where invoice plays a vital role. If you go to your any invoice or if you are going to procure any material in the site, see there would be a cost concern with the insurance charges to be borne by party. If you see a disclaimer where they could be giving an all conditions or norms that could be applied and you could see some of the transportation and sales tax that we apply where you need to procure my material. In case if I take an example like cement and steel, where we currently gone through some of the materials in the construction which we use in daily activity. So some of the chips and bitumen that are supplied departmentally where profit and the cost and materials are not allowed. In case of the projects where the cost of the carriage from the godown to work site shall be added. So in order to lift the material, if I'm going to procure a very huge material, I need to lift, I need to put in my wagon, then I need to send it to site. See, if you see small activity, how much analysis you could perform, there is a number of analysis you could perform for the determination of rate analysis for the material single item which you need to be procured from the godown or fabrication factory. You need to come to the site. Execution part is secondary, but the first primary part, what you are going to be concentrating on this is quantity of the material that could be involved, where you could find number of drop down cost parameters that could be involved like transportation, sales tax, and insurance tax. So, coming to the presentation, where you could see cost of materials using in the project unit is the cost of GST, tax, state tax, central tax, and transportation tax that could be involved. So cost of the materials at the resource and site of the construction, if you see, cost of materials are taken as a delivery at site, including of the transport local charges and other charges, where that could be local charges that could be prevailing according to the where invoice give you a very detailed picture according to the analysis of rates that could be prevailed when you are procuring any material of each item compared to where you procure to the until you hand over the material to site. So coming to the other leads, you see some of the definitions where I could add it is here you could know what is the lead and statements where you could come across the some of the terms in when you do analysis of rates or when you do in a detailed analysis strategy where you could find what is the lead statement is here you could see the in the blue color highlighted the distance between the source of availability of material and construction site is known as the lead. So the source of availability of material and construction site. So the where the material is available to me and the where I need to come to where my site is located. Actually, that is the lead. So if you take a lead statement, if I go on and doing my analysis of it for the procuring or fabrication of my, if you take an example of newer examples like steel cutter or some of the things like B beams or something prefabricated structure. The lead, if you take or if you fit in any material in this lead statement, you could come out across the various charges where I need to dump my material in a wagon big container. Then I need to add my all the transportation charges, freight charges. Coming to this slide for your detailed understanding where you can exactly relate to the various cost parameters that could include. Then that could give you an analysis, detailed analysis of rates that could prevent in the condition were expected to travel in the minimum distance of the kilometers. So for the cost of convenience of metal depends upon the lead. The statement is giving the total cost per item, which is a number of items. Which you to come out with an invoice details. You could come out with the various statements that could involve where my material has I should upload into my site and from a procurement or fabrication strategy, and I need to come to my site. You could see various cost parameters that would involve. So this plays a very vital role in which all the charges need not borne by the other third party. So this mainly shows where exactly my analysis of rates I can do. Then am I prepared to that as per the requirements to purchase or to buy to transport to my site. Then actual vital role, then you could say if I go in a cost detail, then you were exactly where I could guess my. There are three quotes where I could guess my where I could quote my low cost so that I could transport the material in such a way. The statement will give the total cost for each item, includes all the cost, loading cost, unloading cost, stacking cost, all the stacking charges, all the miscellaneous expenses. From there, I could transport my material. So coming to the other slides, the rate is shown in the lead statement according to the here I have given for the metal trucks. This is just a kind of research that has been taken from the other journals where for the metal trucks and car trucks lead statement you could just multiply into the factor or according to the conditions prevailing to the metal road depend upon the situation where the transportation could be very safer. I could transfer my material from the fabrication to my site level. So you could see some of the coming to the third part of my presentation. You could see some of the cost association concerns. So until now, we have gone through the detailed part in the way we could do my analysis of it for the each construction item according to the unit of measurement. And second part of my presentation, you could see some of the material concerns or lead statement. We have gone through some of uh, the concerns in such a way that I could come out with all my stores or my you can see all my procurement levels where cost associated with cost parameters. And we have gone through the detailed analysis on the flow where we could how many it is where the cost of each item is involved in the various roles or each item has involved in various cost parameters. So coming to the third order of the presentation is labor cost, which plays a very vital role in the construction Indian projects, where you could do the different kinds of labor, like what we have discussed, depend upon the type of skilled or unskilled or each unit of work that could be done. So, but compared to the Indian concept of the projects, where you could see we are doing in the current projects, like we are converting to the man days, man hours per day, man day. I need to per day to take. I need to work for eight man hours. So 8 man hours I need to work per man day. You take what is my cost associated? It gives you can't simply put in like 1,000 rupees are due to all the labor there. So there, if you go to the DSR Delhi schedule of rates, there will be a detailed analysis where you could come out with the depend upon the type of class. You could see skilled or unskilled or BST or Kalashi where I need to give my cost to where a BST or Kalashi wala has done my concrete in the curing works, watering works that have been done in my site. So in this you could find various wages that could be come out in each unit of work according to he has done and type of class. If you see the labor, there you could come out, you could see some of the various labor costs that is associated type of depends in various type of depend upon the type of skill of the each labor, or you could come out with the various costs associated according to the way he is skilled or unskilled. So here you could, in my page, I guess you to play a very important role in this. Accordingly, you could remember in such a way you should see analysis of rate plays a very dominant role. In this way, you could do the cost parameter concerns according to the type of classification, type of the each item or quantity of the work. If the labor is available to do the work, or then you could get a detailed statement according to the wages per day. So compared to the other point of the labor cost, if you see the man doing some of the construction activities for the column, then he's going to skilled or unskilled. Exactly, he is going to do the steel work actually. So here the number of skilled and unskilled labor needed for a particular type of work. Or here you could come out in analysis of where I can exactly fit in my resources. Is two persons are available for casting a column, then you could your mind memory could go in such a way that where I could plan my resources, where I could engage the activity in such a way I could do a task. Am I able to complete that task? That is other part of concern in such a way where a productivity concerns concerns would take a range. So here, if you see in a picture, the cost associated is calculated per unit of work per day. Amount of unit of work that has been done in the cubic meter or concrete or square meters, where you put exactly the cost associated per day, depend upon the type of classification like what we have discussed in this slide. So so compared to the cost of labor, you could see the type of standard schedule of rates in the detailed schedule of rates. A labor classification is defined in a first class, second class, unskilled. Where you could take this example, you could understand in a very brief, in a detailed flow, where my exactly particular type of work I'm going to do for the each or skilled or unskilled labor that is associated in any kind of construction activity that is going to be done. So compared to the other things, the labor charges can be obtained from the standard schedule of rates at what I am discussing DSR, non-DSR items, daily schedule of rates will depend upon the type of projects like CPWD projects, bidding projects, or local standard rates where you can get or exactly fit in or you can do. Of the skilled labor provided in the data is taken as class 1, remaining 70% is taken as the class 2. So you could say standard schedule of rates where I can do 30% of my skilled labor could give part 1 class 1 and the 70% would be my class 2. So if you go the detail, the rates of materials are given by government of works. Government works are fixed by superintendent engineer, where that is approved by the board of chief engineers, retired chief engineers. This was prepared daily schedule of rates gives very important brief analysis concern point of view where my cost parameters are included according to the type of various classification. So coming to the cost and equipment and tools and plants in the various cost concerns, where you could see the cost of equipment you need to do for a concreting activity or you need to do for any scaffolding activity where I need to fix, if I'm going to do my scaffolding or staging, where I need to fit my all the cup blocks, where I need to do my horizontal divert block, then I need to fit in. So you could see various people are associated and various tools are associated in performing this particular task of items of work. So, coming to the brief picture in analysis of rates, if you see, compared to all my slides, you could see when you do any task or when you do any work, for each task there is an associated kind of work. So, for each work, if you see, there are associated kind of number of people. For each people, there are associated tools that are where people need to be handled. And for each tools of item, there I need to do my implicate my cost. So you could split up in a various strategies, strategy levels in such a way the flow accordingly will give you a very brief concepts accordingly where I do my construction various tasks or activity. So coming to the cost of equipment and tools, here you know already in the construction sites various equipments and order of tools are going to require for each general allocated for a specific item of risk where I need to do my grabbing, leveling of my soil. I need to do where my bobcat and what is my JCB or you need to do fit in exactly. And what is my cost of operating the concrete mixture can be spread. Here I have taken an example. You could see spread over these times of trade that is used. There are a number of not only for the concrete mixture, you could say where a boom placer, when it is place my concrete. You could see the operation cost that could be per ton per day, where you could associate it in the cost of materials and tools that would be used in the construction site level. So coming to the giving you a brief example, the equipment that are used in the construction projects like paver, roller for infra projects or for the commercial building projects, for the scaffolding where I need to fix my couplocks. See, for fixing of a small, if you see for a scaffolding, I need to fix my small coupler or I need to fix my all I need to raise my hydraulic jack level where I need to level my slab level according to my. So you could see the various costs associated for fixing a small scaffolding. I need to engage all the resource. I need to mobilize. I need to do my. I need to keep cost of my equipment. I need to handle the various things in order to do a particular work. Here, analysis of rates plays a very vital role in which I need to do my all the tasks. So, coming to the lump sum cost. So it has split in the various cost. Lump sum cost in the sense where the kind of overall fixed cost or a kind of overall cost for certain tools is difficult to allocate. They used to individual item of rates. then it is suggested to add costs in such cases of expenditures to overheads, uh, where other tools and plans is difficult to allocate in an individual item of it, where you can't simply give for a grinding machine or something like that. You can't associate simply per 5,000 per day, something like that. So in this such cases, causes cases of expenditure to overhead establishment charges to be involved. So accordingly, if I go for my special tools in the complex projects, it become necessary to use special type of tools, special type of concrete mixing tools like batching plants, where I can't engage all my RMCs to come daily. I can't engage my complete cost where my site is located according to the city outskirt limits around 30 kilometers. So here I need to set up my concrete batching plant where I could special type of engage with a special concrete type transport vehicles like tripping wagon or dumper cranes or etc. and put in use. In order to purchase such type of specific equipment, I could exactly give a rough estimate a percentage where I have given from the journals. You could see 1 to 1.5 estimate cost is already in the estimate according to me, where I need to mobilize my machinery accordingly. I need to transfer my complete RMC dumpers to my RMC plant to the complete site where I could do my all the concrete. So this is in the case of a context in the complex, very huge complex projects. Accordingly, where you can give the special cost parameters. Accordingly, you can implement in analysis of rates. So you could see some of the overhead and establishment charges like depreciation, office rent of the depreciation of the equipment. Where you could see if I'm going TBM tunnel boring machine, you could take some of the examples like where you could see some of the JCBs, or you could take some of the construction materials or construction tools or huge machinery. Some of the other establishment charges are included are some of the salaries of the office staff, postage, lighting, traveling, and telephone, account plan, and such. Such tools are planks, ladders, ropes, and such hard tools as the contractors provide for the workmen should also be included in the overhead charge. Why? Because these are all the tools that use you for the day. That high cost are what we have discussed. Some of the overall associated cost is not associated in the way you work out with the tools for each construction activity. Then you need to come out with what are the tools for you to do for a simple staging or scaffolding. There will be a ladder to be used. You can't simply give each simple cost for a day that I have used. There could be a number of costs that would be associated. That this cost parameter has been split up accordingly in the overhead and establishment charges, where you can come out for the each items or some of the extra overhead usages or miscellaneous petty expenses that are where contractors need to be involved in some of the overhead cost estimate as per the where you float accordingly in the cost of the equipment. So I can see overhead and establishment charges. In my case, as per the research, what I've been is usually 2.5% of the net cost per unit rate. Net cost in the sense what we have saw before in the flow of the presentation, we have calculated all the costs accordingly for each item of each move according to the quantity. Then you get a complete lump sum net cost. That is around you get suppose 1 crore. So from 2.5% of 1 crore, where I could give my overhead extra charges or my general overheads or my job overheads that could be divided or accordingly that could be split in, and that could be a raise that could be in level to 2.5 to 5% accordingly. This overhead charges increase in the project progress of the project is delayed. Why? Because if I'm delaying my progress of the project, this could be accordingly where my cost parameters could be very high accordingly in such a way I'm not doing a rotational basis. So the charges you could see overhead charges is divided into general charges, general overheads, and job overheads. You could see some of the quoted examples like purchase of stationery articles, like overhead and general charges. So some of the general overheads. Hello, sir. Am I?
I think yes.
Yeah. Some of the general overheads you could see. You could see some of the salaries of office staff. You could see some of the office rent charges, telephone, electric bills, traveling, etc. Some expenses where you could run out with the office. Where you could general overhead is accordingly. These are all the costs that you cannot exactly manipulate or you can't estimate what is happening in the upcoming situation or forecasting the situations where my cost is associated according to do my construction task or an activity in a construction project site for 5 months. So you could see the account is automatically spread in proportionally where you could come out with the amount of volume of work that could be depend in an execution. So general overhead, the construction firm to be has to reverse such expenditures even if there is no work in hand. These are some of the general overheads you need to do according to when you see in a daily activity what we use. So there would be some of the miscellaneous petty expenses that are some of the job overheads or general overheads or overhead expenditures that could be involved. Even if you are not using that as a minimum, like kind of thing where suppose my site is located in other part where I need to engage my security. So these are my general security charges or leeway charges. I need to provide a drinking water facility. I need to give a current, electricity provisions, telephone. I need to give some of the charges. So these are all the general costs. Even if your construction sites are not operating, that you need to incur accordingly as per the site conditions or norms according to the contract. So amount of the such expenses cannot be recovered from the work. These expenses cannot be recovered where these expenses go on incurring according to, until you do your project to the commissioning stage, and this could be in an increment order where you could perform. So volume of work that could be executed as we saw in the previous slides. Some of the job overheads I'm going to do. So coming to the second part of the chat is like job overheads, salaries of all the technical and non-technical staff, temporary sheds if I want to do my for all the labor, all my sheds or go down rent cost where I need to pay. And at this point in the blue color before we saw I want to do my some of the activities like scaffolding and do place my beam bottom slide shutter. I need to have a ladder. Some of the cost like to be associated like kind of I need to cut the steel accordingly where the steel is coming getting out. So some of the hand tools of the contractor provides for his workman labor. And some of the depreciation cost where some of the machineries you could find that could be depreciated go on according to the time age limit increases. So some of the job overheads you could see according to the split up in the establishment charges as we saw general overheads, second category is the job overheads. Lighting at site, some of the electrical lightings to be done where my even although current due to the pandemic COVID complete there was a shutdown, you need to have some of the electric current provisions to be operated at the site level. I need to do the established mobilization of the some of the established tools and plans. You need to have a public relation. You need to have some of the you need to come out with some of the labor measures and safety measures where you need to implement or monitor exactly according to various site conditions or provisions to be done. And workman compensation, these are all you could see some of the compensation where according to the Workman Labor Act, according to that could be followed on what are the insurances. Like if you see comparatively whatever if you are an employee in an organization or level, you could see some of the various cost parameters that could be assigned for your salary. You could come out with the various provident fund. You could come out with the scheme levels, and so like that only. If you go to the various overheads accordingly in the construction part, you could see when you do analysis of the rates accordingly. You could see various petty miscellaneous expenses that could be involved. Accordingly, you come out with the various investments when something an incurred loss has been happened. So you publish a cost accordingly in order to overcome the loss or some of the debt. So some of the costs associated where you need to overcome that cost also to be incurred accordingly. So that cost comes under the category of the job overheads. Accordingly, you prevent. So job overheads in detail again coming to the detailed explanation is split up is known as unknown, known expense or known unknown. When you go to a matrix, accordingly depends upon the volume of work is not a known expense. You can see some of the unknown activity that could be where I have given an example, the kind of theft or a loss that you could not identify. No, tomorrow if I'm going to do, no, that is going to happen in my site level or execution where I need to perform. Something has happened and sudden unknown activity has happened. So there is no expense that is required. So some case, if you see in the ideal level of maintenance due to owner's fault, that could be expense such part of overhead expense that could be where my sudden machinery got breakdown or my complete batching plant working got been stopped. So due to that, some of the expenses that could be occurred due to the owner's fault or idle labor or maintenance, operational maintenance cost that could be associated with monthly what we do for the machinery. So coming to the profit margin, generally a profit if you see, yeah, here I could discuss in the very detailed concern where you could see some of the profit parameters to be maintained for the ordinary contracts. Accordingly, 10% should be considered reasonably as per a journal or research type publication. So after allocating all charges of establishment and equipment, establishment charges including all the general expenses and job overhead expenses, according to we use the daily in the construction sites or not only in the construction sites, when we come out in the detail analysis or patterns or some of the equipment which we engage. So for the small jobs where you could see the progress pertaining to be less, you could see 15% of the projects or profit can be taken, and for the large projects is reasonable. This is a justified profit margin which I have been added in a very so that you can understand various cost split ups accordingly where you can undergo if you are constructing a commercial or very high rise buildings accordingly in the profit margins. So some of the miscellaneous charges coming to this, giving in a detailed presentation where you could come out where so for your brief understanding you could come out with whatever miscellaneous charges that could be incurred in a site for the kind of water charges, electricity charges. So here some of the provision of percentage has been given accordingly. Typically we follow after doing the complete net rate. Net rate in the sense you do all the cost analysis, so you get an amount of a lump sum or a cost, actual cost. Accordingly, from that cost, you do into a percentage where I have given for each factor. Suppose if I'm going to do for electricity charges, I got for a 2 crore of the overall lump sum amount or a net charge. So for the overall 2 crore, I need to add up for 0.5 or 2 and 2 to 2.5 percentage level where I could get my electricity level. Accordingly, the contractor could just owner could justify the rate and pay to him according to the implication where the amount or cost has been involved in the compared to the electrical charges or water charges. Suppose if it's for the water charges, you could see there would be a range for 1%. So this actually it's not a 1%; it varies around 0.5 to 1%. So I given it a 1% for where you could arrange for a temporary water municipal tap connection according to the way your site you do all the water charges accordingly from the overall the net charge. So again for a very important role for your very brief understanding, I'm repeating it again. The various net charges that could be associated, you get a overall lump sum net amount after doing all the cost estimates, like what we saw in the before for each construction item material, for resource deployment or resource management, or a kind of construction tools or equipment. So by adding all the resources, quantity into rate, you get a some analysis complete rate split up factor. So after all getting the rate split up factor doing the summation doing you all you get a net amount. From all the net amount, these are all the charges that could be added on above the net amount, taking as this considering as this percentage for each charges where I would you would understand the various miscellaneous charges that could be incorporated. So factors affecting the main rate analysis is you could see some of the specifications. If you see here, I could before going to these factors, I could give a small pop-up according to the way specifications play very vital role. Accordingly, you do indicate the quality or proportion, which proportion of concrete or which grade of concrete I need to use. Accordingly, specification depend upon the type of specification. You come out with the various variants of rates accordingly. Like specification in the sense, I give you a small example where we could saw some of the labor, a kind of depend upon the type of class. So the type of class that is a kind of specification. The type of concrete or a grade of concrete that is a kind of specification. So you don't know which cost you need to incorporate accordingly. So you can't simply allot 1,000 rupees per a day to all the labor accordingly. Yes, perform a task. So depend upon the classification or type of skill or type of class accordingly, where specification plays a very vital role. Accordingly, you do the cost parameter for each material or concern point of view. So coming to the rate of the labor and material and where you could work out at the site, present rate of materials for the work of items, daily wages of different categories, uh, where a laborer accordingly can work out according to the daily schedule of rates or you can come out with the locality depend upon the local market rates. The amount of quantum of work that could be depend upon the constraints of the detailed specification, which depth. Suppose if you have seen an excavation where we have gone some of the examples like if I'm going to do a 1.5 meter down excavation for the soft, if I'm going to do a 1.5 meter excavation for the hard side. See there 1.5 meter, that is a kind of specification where you need to incorporate, where analysis of rates plays a very vital role. For your better understanding, yes, I have done for 1.5 meter bottom down for the hard rock, yeah, I need to incorporate this rate. So without 1.5 meter, you don't know which quantity of amount of work you have calculated or computed accordingly beyond the soft soil. So that could be a very better understanding of an example where you could understand some of the terms and according to the quantum of work you have carried out for each item of work in the construction project. So coming to the overhead and profit charges, percentage charge for the overhead includes the insurance charges, like what I have seen, insurance charges, like something any claim or damage that could have happened according to the policies, the range of profit, and in a construction, availability of water in connection with the construction, where I have given some of the miscellaneous profit charges. where you could add upon the net amount or lump sum amount that could be estimated at the pre-tender stage that would help me in the complete picture of the analysis of the rates. So here the profit sizes vary depend upon the size and type of the project. Uh, so you could see some of the profit considerations or the amount of the quantum offer. John sir, hello.
Yeah, yeah, tell me, sir.
Sir, can you please give me a 1 minute? I'll be connecting my charger,
Okay,
please.
okay. Yeah, please.
Hello.
Yeah, please go ahead, Sai Krishna.
Sorry for the interruption in the middle. Actually, my laptop is going to stop, so that I got able to connect my charger. So coming to the profit margins, you could see you can find a very miscellaneous what we saw before miscellaneous charges that could be added in the overall the net amount or lump sum amount you when you have done the estimate accordingly. So the profit I have given a very brief picture where you could understand some of the profit percentage that is fixed based on the type and size of the project accordingly. In a normal execution projects or in Indian context, where we have given the profit varies according to the analysis and quantum of work and amount of considering all the factors of amount of analysis and quantum of work and risk that is associated in the projects. So this, if you see in the green term, that is generally taken as between the 5 to 10% as per the research accordingly. So compared to this, you could see various miscellaneous or petty expenses that could be accordingly where for considering all the charges and all the levies charges and miscellaneous expenses, where besides the site organization cost control during the execution should be considered as all the factors affecting the cost according to the unit of work done at site. So you need to consider all the various cost parameter controls. Accordingly, you need to add all the charges. You need to levy all the charges. Accordingly, you need to do the complete analysis that could be forward when we're getting a complete picture of the rate analysis. So coming to the concerns, this could vary according to the when you take on the interest on the capital loans, or it could come out of the capital expenditure where you could involve, or you could see some of the bonus or expenses. You could find some of the interest to be paid or a bonus or a class to be paid for the staff accordingly. So here he contractor he consider all the charges accordingly in such a way all his profits to be margins and to be fitting in by considering various quantum of work according to the size of the project, according to the risk associated in the project and various things. So coming to this, you could see some of the note. While considering the rate analysis for different tenders, the quantity survey should be taken into account the work already in hand and allow them his element proportional to ensure the competitive prices. See, accordingly, you should take in an account of the work that already in hand and that allow in his element proportionally. Accordingly, you do your work according to the quantum of work that has been done in various different types of the project, like what we have discussed earlier, and that could be depend on type, like kind of quantum of work that will be done according to the variation in the prices or to ensure the various competitive prices. So you could see some 2 to 5% depending upon the turn of the firm companies vary to company according to the profit margin that has been distributed. So some of the site charges that include very good where I have involved in a detail for your better understanding. You could see some of the salaries where you could go to the engineer or quantity surveyor or other admin staff. I need to give my to the technical staff. All my encourage of the charges where I need to establish, where I need to do, I need to operate, where I need to see all my consumables, site expenses, postage, and all the stationery that what we have seen in a detail, miscellaneous charges and other overhead and general expenditures. So coming to this next again, contractor contribution towards the payment of one holiday per week. One holiday per week, even is a contribution is involved accordingly in such a way where laborers have for 1 day per week in the permission, or for erection, if you see in erection dismantling a site office or storage, here I could see given as some examples you where you could understand some of the erection and dismantling for if you take for a site office or storage or haulage of stores, some of the expenses like that, this vary accordingly from 3 to 5%. So depend upon the classification of work and the amount of the quantum of work you do or you proceed in the site execution or level, it depends on the percentage range varies accordingly. So some of the overheads and cost, what we saw in the general and job overhead expenses and miscellaneous petty expenses. For the overhead and profit expenses, if you compare all, all the elements of overheads and profits to be considered in a 15% on average of for the analysis of rate. An average rate accordingly, this has been proved by the research. Accordingly, where you do complete net amount, then you calculate accordingly all your job overheads and general overheads and miscellaneous petty expenses. That accordingly what we saw in a detailed presentation mode. So coming to the next topic, rate of so again discussing on the rate analysis of the construction work. This is very crucial activity and very important, very vital role. Again, I'm repeating. It's play in estimating the cost of the proposed work. Whatever the proposed work you do, this plays a very important role in each activity of item that you need to be performed. Either you need to arrange your funds, either you need to prove to the how much quantum of amount I have been to work to be done. So the rate analysis is very essential to identify the each of the applicable variables as of the market prices. So this give you a brief idea according to the where I have to fit in my rates exactly, where I have to float my tender. In the pre-tender stage, accordingly, I have BOQ has been floated. Accordingly, I have to do my scope of work. Accordingly, I need to give my fixed rate. Accordingly, I need to do compare with my market prices. Accordingly, I need to compare with the amount of the quantum of work I do. Accordingly, I need to add my all the miscellaneous and petty expenses. Then I need to add all my charges and general charges that could be prevailing in the current strategy level. So next coming to here, I could give you a very brief picture on the where you can consumption or amount of percentage, where you could see in a complete item wise cost breakup of the construction. So I guess this could be a very helpful part where you could see if you are doing any part of work in the finishing, particularly in the name coming to the left side, if you see all the finishing items, where analysis cost breakup you give out of all 100% of my, if I'm compared to the 100% of amount of quantum of work, where I have split it into complete civil finishes and some of the MEP finishes are also added in each item. This is just a kind of justified. Accordingly, we normal when you do a analysis of rate, you come out with a detailed split up in the pie chart where you could exactly fit in the each what I could say is percentage of each proportion of item where it could place a very incorporate very vital role in the cost breakup concern for the construction activities in the detail item wise. So for the labor contractor, if you see 8% like that, if you see the overall expenses coming to the usage of water or all the miscellaneous or all the expenses, you could see various cost split up concerns in the percentage wise I have given, where you could understand a brief detail so that my analysis of rates plays a very vital role in giving my cost parameters for each item or each activity or a task. So, hello, John sir, over to
Yeah,
you.
yeah, please go ahead, please go ahead.
Can we, shall we start the takeoff?
Yeah, take off. Why don't we go for the questions, because there are quite a lot of questions which have been asked.
Yeah, sure. We could, we could go for the questions, please. Right.
Yeah, so probably
So I
not.
guess, from my end, this is my end of my presentation for the day, where they could the main mode of the presentation where you could involve in is completely kind of relevant examples where the students can understand in a very detailed manner. And I would suggest all my students, sir, hello.
Please.
They could work on some of the various cost parameter concerns and the analysis of rates comparing to the daily schedule of rates or not, taking a DSR as a point of view as an authentication document. If they work on with some of the activities compared to the rate analysis for each kind of task for the slabs or some of the works, then they could come out the whole picture why the rate analysis plays a very vital role. Am I correct? Yeah.
Yeah, yes, you're right, Sai Krishna.
Yeah.
Now, friends, thank you all for joining. We've got about 20 people on the list here. Although we are not able to see the names of people, most of the questions are also asked on the anonymous mode. Anyway, I don't say. I mean, like I don't see why you should not ask in the anonymous mode. But in any case, I thank all of you who have.
More questions from the students accordingly whether they have gone for the various presentations compared to this presentation where they could come out with the various complex modes. Yeah.
Okay. So now I'm just handing over the session to Mr. Sai Krishna to answer a few of the questions. I have taken up the ones which have got some likes. So probably the one of the questions which I feel you could answer is, people have asked a couple of questions on how VOQs are being generated. Is it being generated by hand, or is it being generated by some other method? And also the other question at 12:10 is BIM. About BIM, there's a question. So, Mr. Sai Krishna, I request you to just have a look at the question at 12:10 and at 11:32. 11:32, there's a question in BIM. Maybe you can arrange the questions in order of most liked. That's what I've done. And
Yeah,
these questions have got the most likes.
Yeah, very good. Yeah. Fine. No, for a BOQ related concern, BIM related concern. Hello.
Yes, please. Students
Uh,
cannot ask questions on the mic, so they can only. Participants cannot ask on the mic. So please answer the questions which are answered in the chat box. So
yeah.
one of the questions is at 11:32, the other is at 12:10.
No, BOQ actually currently in Indian construct usually they float according. There's not any software is used according to the concern. So according to the scope of work, a client comparatively prepares the scope of work accordingly for the each item code depend upon that. Then when you go for pre-bidding stage or a pre-tender stage, when they float the complete NIT or volume of work depend upon the category by split by if I say. It is depend upon the civil works or MEP works or electromechanical works. So accordingly, the BOQ is normally done accordingly in an Excel formats in the current industry in Indian construction sites usually. So there is no complete, I could say there is no complete digitalization tool for the use of the BIM. Accordingly, where a contractor can float the rates according to the client justified things anonymous. So I guess I got to answer this question.
So we can take it that Excel is a very important tool for us.
Yeah. Excel is a very important role where we could float all the things. But usually in the Indian contracts context point of view, all the BOK has been generated by the complete in what we say scope of the work that could be split up in the each item code. So that is the thing. That is the thing from my end. Yeah, fine.
And just trying to extend the question a little, what are the software you feel that a person who's going to site should know?
Yeah, softwares when compared to the site, see, I would like to talk on this very beautiful question, sir. But the thing is, when you compare the way of the softwares, what we learn in a normal college level compared to the site level, each student I would like to know they could come out with the coming to as my term in my domain. If I see project management, all the people should come across the MSP and Primavera firstly. Why? Because they should understand what are the various activities that could be planned accordingly, and what is the sequence and relationship of the activities that could be maintained. So compared to the each, why I'm telling this MSP and Primavera is if you go to in a detail in the resource sheet where you give or where you load on each item of work or where you could come out and fix the cost accordingly, then they could know accordingly where the each parameter could be determined. And coming to other softwares for the kind of estimation of rates. some of the thing they could know some of the quantity calculation. Some you can use some of the Candy software. That is a very good software where they could come off across the each item and you could need to calculate the cost parameter concerns kind of thing. And another thing, coming to the site level, they could know some of the related to the drawings. AutoCAD is must and should. I know all of the students have come out with the various levels which they could come out of across various cross section, sectional elevation levels, and very coming to other thing or a 3D platform or 4D platform compared to the in a JED mode, if I say compared to the cost concern or scope, now there was very digitalization, access digitalization tools that could be implemented accordingly, where you could import your Excel and you can auto generated complete bill of quantity BOQ. So you could get accordingly where now I could do my complete foundation substructure level to the superstructure level, or if I go in a detail in a mode of work, all my finishing activities. So suppose you can go through the very in a dynamo mode where you can accordingly fit in, and you can come out where you could see complete your project is accordingly, and you can see in a various variants, and you can. What I can say is BOQ can be automatically generated accordingly the way your Rivet model and the Navis work you link up. Sir, I guess I have answered your some of the tools in the construction
Yeah.
industry.
So basically, I see that beyond Excel, AutoCAD seems to be a must. And I
AutoCAD
guess,
must exactly, but BIM is also playing a coming to put up to your one point. BIM plays a very vital role, and there are a lot of digital advancements that has been done in current collaborative where students need to know or exactly they could involve in the some of the Rivet model, Rivet parts, Rivet architecture or something plan elevation kind of thing, and they need to know about coming to the BIM building information modeling. They could come out across the where they could identify the, some of the class detection point of view, and they could identify in the level of detail or level of detail mode accordingly where they could come up across there should be no clash accordingly for MEP or civil works. So coming to the overall final picture from my end, you could say in a site execution level, all the BIM software is now currently used according to the link up with the Rivet model accordingly in the 3D platform. Accordingly, where you could link up all the BOQ quantities. I guess the question that is asked by student in the is a BOQ can be generated in a software. Yeah, obviously it is generated in a software, but usually what we do is accordingly the scope of work that is determined, we do in an Excel point. But the thing is, when you work on in the Rivet platform, accordingly you give all the number of columns that need to be placed in a complete excavation or substructure level. Automatically, if you give an item code, auto Excel is generated. So some of the digital advancements that are being generated, you could do. Another input from my end is students could come out across the various document management process softwares which that could helpful for them in order to process the documentation flow for keeping the security reasons. Sir, I guess
so
I have done from yeah. This is the thing from my end.
I think the document management is a very important system which
Yeah,
is coming. Also, I
yeah.
think post this COVID, the mantra will be work from home, or because most of the companies have already decided that they are going to cut down the number of people in the
Yeah,
office.
yeah, that they're going to
And
come up to this point in the current concerns like pandemic COVID 2019 in such a way. You could see people not going to an office and execution coming to working from site, giving a VPN servers, something like
I
that. So
think
it
I
is
think I
like
think that is the work where you are also working currently.
yeah, that is a work given I am working, but I guess that could not enhance much productivity. I could see some of your students only putting listening the digitalized classrooms or something like that, working on the digital advancements, like going on through some of the digital classrooms. I guess.
One more thing, one very nice question has come. Also, can you please describe your role as a project planning engineer?
So, See, very nice, very good. I'm expecting a very good question asked by student. The role of planning engineer. It's not about the role of the planning engineer. See, give if you are going to the detailed discussion on this current question. If I tell the role of planning engineer is very important role in which you need to manage your complete project accordingly. If I talk in a very detailed thing, so institutions like NICMAR or something like that will make sure you come out with the various project management techniques, and accordingly you can manage your schedules, you can monitor your schedules, or you could completely know where your project is running in the time or according behind or ahead of the time scale schedules lines, or you could come. So coming to the planning engineer at the site level, if you see, it is not a kind of just simply thing like your documentation work. So planning engineer in my part, it plays a very crucial role in which you need to coming to in the sitting in the chair in the project container or something like you need to manage your projects. So here planning plays a very important role accordingly in which you need to monitor your schedule, you need to do a complete weekly reports, and you need to submit a monthly progress reports where student could actually look at after all the things when they come in the execution site level or something. And you need to planning also mainly plays a very important role if I involved in the document management system where you could come out of all the maintain all the drawing registers, some of the you need to come up with all the shop drawings what you could come in the execution level. And planning also very helps in the current sites what we are working, planning plays a very important role in which you could monitor your schedules accordingly according to the baseline schedule. I guess all of the students could know about the baseline start and finish dates accordingly. Then you need to monitor your time scales accordingly in which due to the current situation, if you see in the pandemic of COVID, so complete the sites got all over India across all the sites got stuck. So if you see in this, you do not follow according to the schedule. So planning, I could say schedules plays a very important role accordingly whether your project am I following to the time scales line of the project or not. Another thing put up to this planning, you need to know some of the students could mainly concentrate on some of the things like S curve analysis where they could come out with the what is my planned activity and what is my actual work done. So if you see comparely you can take off some of the planned and actual, you could find some of the auto advanced excel, you could automatically plot a curve. So here planning, accordingly in the planning data when you go to your project manager in your site, he could able to track your project accordingly where am I exactly, where I am in exactly where I need to do my things exactly. So coming to the next situation, I could say that in the planning activity as a planning engineer, you need to be a very thing in such a way. You need to plan your schedules accordingly and look ahead of the schedules for the 2 weeks or 3 weeks. I guess I have answered your question.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
So thank you so much. And I think there are a few other questions like how do you find the labor required for a job and how to get authentic rates for a project? I think
Authentic rates for the project, like what we have discussed in the daily schedule of rates, what I'm giving is there is no authenticate rates accordingly. Depending upon the mode and type of the project, it determines some of the like CPWD norms. Central Public Works Department has published some daily schedule of rate or standard schedule of rate analysis that could be determined. Like what I have discussed in my flow of the presentation, where you could find some of the different types of classification of labor that could be involved according to the skilled or unskilled. Accordingly, it depends on type of the project and type of the contract where the fixed rates that can be quoted in the BOQ accordingly. Then that actual rates or actual cost that could be taken or prevailed accordingly when the contractor do for the billing or something. I guess I have answered your question.
yes, please. Yes, Sai Krishna, I think if you can see on the right side, there are some 20 questions in all. If suppose, and okay, there's one question. Sir, do you use the DSR in your site? This is the very first question which has been asked. Probably, I think we should honor that.
Yeah, actually, see, DSR, that's a very good question. Actually, DSR, yeah, that is used in site across levels where we could go. But according to the different type of the project, as my project I am working, I could say some of the CPWD terms that has been associated. Why? Because we are taking some kind of IIT MHRD control. It depends upon the type of funding where we get the funding. We accordingly we go through the detailed analysis. Like suppose my fund, my if I take my project that is being funded by MHRD, that is being funded by JICA, Japan International Corporation Agency. So accordingly, now currently, yeah, we need to follow some of the depend upon the type of the project kind of daily schedule of rates accordingly. If the daily schedule of rates is not giving a accurate rate, then you have to have a discussion with your client and employer and an engineer accordingly, where your PMC plays a very vital role accordingly to discuss and put a current local rates. I guess I have answered this question. Fine.
Right. And yeah, I think most of the concerns of the people have been addressed. And I request all of you to please share your feedback because it will help us, it will also encourage us. And the feedback link is just being shared. Uh, and the feedback link you should be able to see on your screen right now. So I request all of you to please fill in the feedback, and it will be encouraging us and also help us to know what we should do better. And I thank all of you who have taken the time to join this session. We sincerely hope that you found it useful. We especially thank Mr. Sai Krishna for sharing not only his experience, some of the questions that are very good. Where how I mean, like, how, what do you feel as a what's your role as a engineer? And we are also having some work with the estimation where we are doing the rate analysis, and many of the things which
Sir,
we share were very
another
helpful.
thing from my end, very detail. I would like to. Sorry for interruption. I
Yeah,
like to ask the students. They could in the see compared to the normal, they work out in the classroom and where they come out in an exhibition or in the come out in the sites or internships or some of the they could place in the some of the construction industries or projects. I guess the better they should understand the basic details like what are the drawings that are used exactly to fit in and where I could. I tell my all my students to go through all my drawings actually where they could exactly see. See, when you go in your drawings, what will happen is you get come out all the details exactly where my exact things are placed, and you could estimate the things accordingly, and you can give the cost parameter function. So from that only you can arrive the rate analysis. So that is a very better way accordingly you could come out. And I guess other student I enlist my students to go through all the standard terms accordingly in the where we could in a earlier or some of the other patterns in the coming days we could plan on contracts or some of the things like where we could associate what is NIT, some of the things like. So I guess my students to be thorough in the planning role. I see all my students in the coming upcoming fields. They could be become a very planning engineer or a contract managers where they could place in a very huge projects. From my end, thank you.
yeah, and thank you very much for that, for those encouraging words. And as you pointed out rightly, drawings are still the key to success in many of our construction sites.
Yeah,
And
yeah, exactly.
probably, suppose generous organizations like the ones you are working in, if you can share with us live drawings,
Sure, sure.
and probably give our students also an opportunity to visit and like work alongside with all of you, I think it would be a very good thing. And thank
So
all the
coming days, I
participants.
will be floating some of the BOQs or bill of quantities where they could student could understand what is exactly what is BOQ, and they could go through all the documentation kind of thing. And I will be sharing some of the drawings for the student anonymous to kind of gain of anonymous knowledge on this, and where the students should stand as a very huge for a structure like where how foundation is important. I guess my all my students where they could stand in a very good situation accordingly. They could go through all the documentation when they go into the when they go out of the college or when they go out of working some areas in the construction projects. I guess this
That's
could be better for them in order to better to harden the foundation. Exactly. Yeah.
true.
Over to you.
So thank you. I'm sorry, I kind of monopolized that portion. I forgot to change you as the presenter. Anyway, friends, thanks a lot for joining us, and thank you very much, Mr. Sai Krishna, for your time. I know that this is the time when you will be very busy with the sites all about to open, and a lot of planning is to be done. And we sincerely hope that we know that your message is one that has encouraged all our students. So thank you so much, and we look forward for other interactions with you. So with this, we will close our session. Bye, all of you.